Hi everyone, and welcome here today. Thanks for taking a look. Thanks for joining with me on this video today on this most magnificent Toyota Avalon. This car is just an outstanding example, a special and beautiful car. And it's a pretty nice sunny day. The sun just went away a little bit, but this car is, there we go, here comes the sun. This car is blizzard white pearl, blizzard pearl. It is pearl white. It is beautiful. We're going to walk around this car. We're going to go on the outside, the inside, under the hood. I'm going to tell you everything about it. I'm going to tell you everything about its history, many new parts that it has. If anybody knows of one nicer than this with 100,000 or more miles, I'd love to see it, because this car has to be one of the nicest in existence, other than the ones out there that are 20,000 miles that grandma never drove. This was an older woman's car. This is a one owner car. This is a garage kept car. This is a true one owner, old lady, garage kept. I mean, obviously it's been driven. It's got 167,000 miles, but that's still really good miles for its age and for one of these cars. Truly garage kept, not smoked in, no kids, no pets. I mean, just let's start right here. This is a proving point. If you know, then you know. And by the way, look at the gorgeous pearl white paint in the sun. Look at how it sparkles. I don't know if it even looks as good on the camera as it does in person, but look at that fender. It is beautiful. This car has no damage, no rust, not a door ding. Truly not a door ding. Had a couple small ones in this back door. I had them taken out. That's how nice of a car this is. It deserved to have these very small dents taken out. There's not a ding, there's not a mark, there's not a scratch. I mean, within reason. There's a few little scratches on the wheels. There's a couple little stone chips on the hood that have been touched up, but this car is as nice as they come. But what I was starting to say is this. Look how nice and clean and clear the headlights are. That's not because they've been replaced. That's not because they've been polished or wet sanded. That is exactly how they are. And that is a telltale sign. Look at the front end of this car. That is a telltale sign of a car that's been garage kept and hasn't sat outside or sat outside in the sun where the headlights get discolored. Beautiful, remarkable. I have so much to say about this car. If you like what I do, ring the bell, subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the views. I appreciate your comments. Original window sticker. We're going to talk about that. I mean, a $34,000, almost $35,000 car that now you can buy one of these, and this one here in particular, for less than 10. What a deal. If everyone was sensible and bought what they truly need and economical and reasonable transportation, this car falls in that category and it checks all the boxes. There's a lot I have to say about this car. I also firmly believe this car is just as nice as a Lexus, but we're going to talk about that more when we go on the inside. So a one owner car, one owner, perfect. Everything works. Everything works like it should. The air conditioning in this car is so cold, it reminds me of old R12 air conditioning systems. If you've ever had a car that's had those. I had a 1989 Lincoln Town Car. That's one of my first videos on my YouTube channel here. And its air conditioning was so cold, I would have swore you could have hung meat inside the car and it would have kept it cold. I mean, that's how cold this car is. It's almost like it's got R12, but I mean, it doesn't, because it's too new. If you don't know what that means, you can look it up and educate yourself. But the older air conditioning systems were much and far superior as far as coldness, actual freezing cold, to the newer stuff. But this car is just ice cold. Everything works. Heated seats work. I want to get into more detail here. Look how clean and straight this side is. It's just a remarkable, beautiful car. The leather is so nice and so soft on the inside. We're going to talk about that. Garage kept, one owner, non-smoker, elderly woman. It doesn't get better than this, you guys. Come on, it doesn't. Who wants to buy a car with 3 or 4 owners and a minor accident and no clue about service history compared to a gorgeous beauty like this, right? It has all of the original keys, all of the original books, all of the original floor mats, all of the trunk mat in the trunk. So I want to tell you about the service, and then we're going to get into the interior, okay? The interior is just gorgeous, perfect, just as nice as the outside. This car has many new parts, and you know what that means for you? That means many less things that you'll have to even think about replacing. And I'm going to talk about here at the end a little bit also about how these cars are just so robust and so generally considered such amazing, reliable vehicles with low cost of ownership and maintenance. But you know what? That's no surprise, because right here, I mean, that's the mark of what you buy when you want low cost of ownership, reliability, good resale value, and just an amazing driving experience. So, speaking of driving, real quick before I tell you about the new parts, I will be making a separate video of me driving this car both on city streets and freeway streets, and I can tell you, before you even watch it, it just glides like butter. There is absolutely nothing negative about the way this car rides, drives, handles, feels. It is spectacular. It is pin drop quiet. Once again, it is basically just as nice as a Lexus, and I think other than the emblem on this car, it might as well be its counterpart, a GS Lexus. Wonderful. All right, so new parts. Are you ready for this? Because this just makes the icing on the cake on this car. Brand new Michelin Energy Saver tires. Right there. They are brand new. Also, with the new tires, new tire pressure monitoring sensors, all of them. So all 4 tires, all 4 tire pressure sensors. On top of that, brand new brakes and rotors. You can see how shiny that rotor is right there. Brand new brakes and rotors, front and rear. That's big. That's a big expense. And these are Michelin tires. These aren't some Chinese garbage tires. Also, a couple more things. New exhaust flex pipe. Very common on these and many Toyota cars and a lot of Japanese cars about this age. They go bad. It's not a big deal to replace it, but it's been done. So it's one less thing you got to worry about. Complete brake fluid flush and change. So the brake fluid has been completely changed, drained, flushed, bled, and filled. So brand new brake fluid. A new engine air filter, a new cabin filter. Also a fresh oil change. The oil has about, I don't know, 30 miles on it. Also, the hood shocks, the hood pistons that hold up the hood, I'll show you when we look under the hood, brand new. And on top of all that, 4-wheel alignment. So it drives, once again, absolutely perfect. I mean, think about it, rolling on Michelin tires with a fresh alignment, brand new brakes and rotors. I mean, you could put that on a Corolla and it would drive almost as nice as this. Speaking of, that was a thought that I had as I drove this car. I don't even know why anybody would spend, you know, $7,000 for a Corolla. I mean, I understand why people do, but when you can spend a little more and have this, I mean, maybe it's because I'm getting old, but this is fantastic luxury in a large car, but yet still getting the fuel mileage of almost the same as a Corolla. This car gets 31 miles to the gallon on the highway. A Corolla gets like 34 or 5, so you sacrifice a few miles to the gallon, but look at all that luxury. So once again, brand new Michelin tires, brand new TPMS sensors all the way around, all 4 corners, brand new front brakes and rotors, brand new rear brakes and rotors. Look at that beautiful paint in the sun. New exhaust flex pipe, brake fluid flushed and changed, new air filter, new cabin filter, fresh oil change, new hood struts, and a 4-wheel alignment. So the total dollars, look at that paint in the sun, total dollars in recent service, $3,300. $3,300. Do you guys hear that? $3,300 in recent maintenance. And when I say recent, I mean right now. So that is a huge leg up on this car compared to most that you're going to see in the market. And it is what it is. I mean, you want to buy one that's cheaper, go ahead, but it's not going to be as nice as this, and it's not going to have all those new parts, or very unlikely to anyway. That just makes the icing on the cake on this car, and nobody's going to tell me differently. It just makes it better. What a great value. What a great, incredible value, from $35,000 down to less than 10. I mean, unbelievable. But you know what? It doesn't matter what the miles are. It's always going to be worth about the same money. All the recalls are also up to date on the car. Let's once again, there's nothing negative to show you on the outside before we go on the inside. There's not, like I said, I mean, there's a handful of stone chips on the hood that it'd be hard for me to even really point out. There's a larger one right there. They've all been touched up. Little one right there, little larger one right there. Just a few scattering of them on the front. They've all been touched up. It looks beautiful. Like I said, there's not a dent because there hardly was any. There was a couple in this back door, had them removed. Note the body side molding. See that? I'm going to show you the window sticker right now when we go on the inside. That molding on the side was an optional upgrade on this car. And when you think about it, some people don't like how it looks. I don't mind it at all. But look how that molding protects from getting dents. And it's a proving point because I don't think this car's ever had any other dents removed. And it only had a couple in this door right here that you'd never even know were there. So that molding just protects the side of that car. And you know, a lot of newer cars, they don't do that anymore. The doors just so quiet and shut so perfectly. Here is the original window sticker. Let's take a look at this before we hop in here. So Blizzard Pearl, 3.5 liter. It is 268 horsepower. All the standard stuff is here. You can read that yourself. 31 miles to the gallon. Over here, JBL sound system with 6-disc in-dash CD changer and 12 speakers. It actually does sound real nice. An upcharge for the Blizzard Pearl color. Vehicle stability control, VSC, traction control, heated front seats, body side molding, there it is, carpet mats and trunk mat. $34,289. Wow. Wow, right? I mean, incredible. Now, here we go. We're going to look over this interior and then we'll look under the hood, all right? Like I said, I'm very passionate about cars in general, but I'm very passionate about this car because it's just such a nice, well cared for and documented example, and it makes me happy. Cars like this get me excited. Once again, if you like what I do, you can subscribe to my channel, leave your comments. If you own a car like this, leave your comment. I was planning to say this at the end, but I have a gentleman on one of my older YouTube videos about a year ago on an Avalon that I did like this. This generation, it was a 2010 with about 110, so really good miles. And this guy commented back when the video was published that he drove one daily that had 453,000 miles. I mean, it almost sounds insane, but it's totally believable because I've seen it. And then he sent an updated comment, and you guys can go look at this on my channel on this video. He sent an updated comment very recently, within this month, I think. And he goes, hey, just an update. I have it was 453 to begin with, and I think he said now, or no, it was 436 to begin with, and now he has 453. So it was 436 like a year ago, 453 now. Either way, this guy's climbing towards 500,000 miles, and he touts and brags about what a great car it is and how he drives it daily. So if you have an experience like that, or you own one that you got ridiculous miles like that, leave your comment, share it with the others about your car on this video. Look how gorgeous this seat is. The leather is soft and nice. It's smooth, it's clean. I mean, minimal check marks in it. There's no rips or tears. I mean, the woman who drove this car was extremely small. I would guess about 100 pounds. So extremely extremely not large, extremely small. Side airbags, front and rear. Knee airbags on the driver's side, right here. Super nice. All the leather is just so soft and supple. Even here on the doors, just this nice soft leather when you go to grab this to close the door. Auto down windows on the front too, power locks. I love this tip out feature on Toyotas just to fit more crap in there. I also think I wanted to comment about this when I got to talking about the interior, because I kept thinking about it after reading this window sticker. So it says right here, wood grain style interior trim. Now, if you disagree and you're some car passionate person like I am, then yeah, tell me. But I'm telling you, that gorgeous wood trim looks no different than what they put. To me, visually, it doesn't look any different. Maybe it is a little different. Maybe it's a little cheaper in this car. But this looks extremely similar to what they call, because they give it its own name, bird's eye maple in the Lexus, right? So they give it this bird's eye maple wood trim in the Lexus, but in the Toyota, it's just called, you know, whatever it was, wood grain interior trim. It just makes me laugh because it looks just as nice. They just don't doll it up as much on the window sticker or charge you $1,000 for it. Original mats, like I said earlier, they are all here. They're all in really good shape. Just a minor bit of wear from the heel on the driver mat. The carpet underneath is perfect. I'm not even going to lift up these mats because I'm telling you, it's perfect. Let's hop in here. Huge console, huge power outlet down in there. Operates perfectly, nice and firm, and great armrest. Here, push the button, another little pocket, another power outlet down there. I think this was like a, I don't know what this was. I keep trying to figure it out. I don't know if it was for your phone back then, maybe an iPod. I don't know. Anyway, 2 power outlets within a close proximity. Here's our heated seat dials. I love this style Toyota heated seat dial because you push the knob and then you turn it, and you turn it to your desired heat level quickly, easily, and then the light comes on. They both work. Both these heated seats work just as well as this air conditioning I told you is freezing cold. And then when you turn it all the way off, it clicks, and I like that also. Just the feel and touch of that, the operation of that, the click when you turn it off. Cup holders, this divider piece is nice and good shape. Shift knob leather, perfect. I'm gonna save that door for a moment for its big reveal. Climate control, like I said, and I've said 3 times or 4 times now, this air conditioning is freezing cold, reminding me of R12 air conditioning. Manual controls here, you know, you hit auto, of course, it's auto, dual climate, all those things. Rear defrost with heated outside mirrors, very nice for the winter. Underneath this door is your JBL stereo, easy to use, 6-disc changer, 12 speakers like the window sticker said. Nice. Now behind this door, this little nugget. Ooh, look at that. That's not a tape deck. That's a Logic control deck. It's a cassette player. It's a tape deck. If you still have some, well, you know, older people are kind of who often fancy these cars, just like who had it. And you may have some cassettes and you may want to use it. So there it is. But if you don't want it, it's hidden behind this door. So you got to kind of just... There we go. Got to push in the middle to shut it. I like how you can conceal the radio and all this here. So there's that. When a door is open, it'll tell you up here, front left door, front right door. I love a dedicated clock. It's a very classic digital Toyota clock. Radio information, climate information, outside temperature, distance to empty. The average miles per gallon is not correct, obviously, because the car's been idling while I've been doing pictures and videos and things. So anyway, that updates constantly. Got home link here on the bottom of the rearview mirror. Rearview mirror is nice and clean and clear. Digital compass in the mirror. Sunglass holder, typical Toyota. I'll show you the headliner once we step out here, but it's in beautiful shape. Side airbags, you can see, they're all the way from the front to the back. Sunroof, one touch. And one touch close. That's as perfect gets. Tilt up, bring back down. Sounds and runs exactly like it should. Visor, vanity, mirrors, all this is like brand new. I love, one thing I was thinking about as I drove this car, radio controls here. Again, steering wheel, leather, beautiful, perfect. There's not a mark or a scratch or anything worn on here. I love the climate controls on the steering wheel. I drove a 2007, same year as this, Camry hybrid for many, many miles. It had close to just almost 300,000 miles when I had sold that car, and I drove it a lot, and it was a great car and it got great fuel mileage, but it had the same controls right here, and it's just really nice. I think all manufacturers should do this. My 1997 Lincoln Town Car has climate controls on the steering wheel. It's just nice to be able to turn up the temperature and then, you know, not have to take your eyes off the road, and then just put it on auto and set the temp. You know, it's really nice. It's just something I think that every car should have. Keys. This is one set. It has 2 complete sets of keys plus the valet key. Once again, 2 master keys, 2 keyless remotes plus the valet key. So it has all the original keys. Here's the exact mileage right now, 167,312. It does have a full tank of fuel. All the gauges work perfectly. Seatbelt lights flashing because I don't have my seatbelt on. Auto headlights, fog lights, fantastic. If you leave it in the auto mode, then you've got your daytime running lights on. I had turned them off just to show you guys how nice and clear the headlights were. Power mirrors, of course. The one flaw, I guess I could say, for the interior, look how nice the dashboard is overall. Let me move my clipboard. It's very, very nice. If you know these cars or you know Toyotas well, you'll know that this dash cracking problem was a common thing. This car does have a little bit of that. It starts right here and it's so faint and it's hard to see, and then it runs across. This one couldn't be better because it runs right here along the edge and you almost can't see it until you get to right here, and then right there, and then it ends right there. So it's actually, in my opinion, the best type you could ask for, because I've seen other Toyotas and Lexuses where it's gone all over the dash. Probably minor, once again, because of this car being kept inside, I would say, based on what I've read about why this happens. They did do an extended warranty on this, but it was only for the till the car was 10 years old, so it's long expired for this. So it is what it is. But I think this dash is in fantastic shape otherwise. So if you know these cars, you know that's a potential problem, then you can see there that that it is very, very minor. All right, I think that's everything I wanted to say up here. Sorry for rambling on, but there's just so much to say. There's the headliner. Like I said, it's perfect. Look how clean, nice, tight. It's perfect. Wonderful. Power seats here. I already told you, side airbags all the way through. Gonna open the trunk and the gas door. We've already seen this door panel. The door jambs and the bottoms of the doors are just absolutely brand new. So clean and nice. Now, something else that I did want to talk about is this. I was just sitting in the front seat, and I'm a little over 6 foot tall, and I was comfortable. I might have moved it back just a little more for driving, but look how massive this rear seat is. I mean, look at how that door opens at almost a 45-degree angle. That is a large rear seat, and that is a comfortable rear seat. Now, I want to talk about this. So, you see the handle? These seats recline. I'm going to do this and show you. It doesn't go far, but look how much it goes back, right? Very, very comfortable for a long trip. And then you pop it back up. But the seat is huge to begin with, and then the rear seats recline on top of that. I mean, in the town car world, I mentioned a moment ago, I have a beautiful old 1997 Lincoln Town Car. It's a huge car. It's a huge sedan. It's got a wonderful back seat. But in the era that came after that, people covet the version that is the L, which has a longer rear, and BMW has done long wheelbase cars, Jaguar, you know, all the manufacturers, the higher end. And this is just as big back here as one of those cars. I'm telling you, watch. If I get in and I was sitting here and I shut the door, I mean, look at my foot placement, look at the front seat. Even if that seat was back a little bit more, there's almost 12 inches between my knees and the back of that seat. I mean, this car is comfortable for 4 large adults, in my opinion. I mean, this back seat is fantastic, and there's no hump, so it just feels very non-restrictive. It feels just as comfortable back here as it would being in the front. So I just love it. I love the huge back seat. I love big cars. I like large sedans. I mean, I like all kinds of cars, but I just think it's fantastic. The mats are perfect. The carpet, like I said, is perfect everywhere. Backs of the seats are perfect. I mean, it just doesn't get any better, you guys. Armrest pass through to the trunk for big items. Isofix anchors if you do have kids and you want to make this leather seats for kids. Once again, nobody, my rear end to sit on that seat is probably, I don't know, maybe the 10th one that's sat there. I don't think there's been more than a dozen people in this back seat ever. Super clean door jamb. Perfect. Look how big that back door is. I mean, an average size rear door is more like right here. So this has like, you know, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 inches more room. Fantastic. Gas door area, super clean, of course, just like the rest of the car. Trunk, spotless, just like the rest of the car. I think you guys get the idea. Look at this, the original little plastic bumpers for these little stops here that rest right there when the trunk closes. Super clean. Original cargo net. This is the spare tire hold down. I undid it so I could show you the spare tire. Look how nice this. Here's the trunk mat that was part of the original carpet mat and trunk mat set. There's the pass through. There's the big JBL subwoofer. I undid this so you could see. But there's the factory trunk carpet, and then of course the mats on top. This is absolutely brand new, just like the rest of the car. Look at that, full size spare with a Michelin tire. Look at the color on the tire, it's never been used. Spare, the trunk well is spotless. I mean, it's never been used. The tools are here on the bottom of the board like they're supposed to be. The jack is over here like it's supposed to be. Right there. So just fantastic. I mean, right? How does it get better than this? Fantastic. Such a wonderful car, and a huge trunk. Once again, another attribute of a large sedan. Huge trunk and a full-size spare, a full-size matching spare. I mean, cars nowadays, you're lucky to get a spare, let alone a full-size. Crazy. There's the other side of the back seat. Passenger seat, seen less rear ends than the driver's seat even. Super smooth and soft. It's just so nice. It's so nice. It's just crazy. Look how nice this mat is. Oh, fuzzball. Beautiful. Original embroidery, perfect. All the owner's manuals are here. Like I said, 2 sets of keys plus the valet key. I already said that when we were over there. Gorgeous. Bird's eye maple, I'm telling you, it's the same thing. They just don't want to call it that. Clean all the way. Do you guys think it's going to be clean under the hood? I just put a fingerprint on that door. The only thing I don't like about these shiny black trim pieces is you put a fingerprint on it every time if you don't use the handle. You guys think it's going to be clean under the hood? I do. Also, look how nice and clean and clear the mirrors are, because remember, these are heated mirrors, and sometimes over time these mirrors will discolor. Not in the case of this car. I mean, look how bright, look how nice and bright the chrome is, look how nice the black. I mean, just everything's nice. But again, if you know how to look at a car and you know what is right, it's because of being kept inside its entire life. It's just like the wheels. The wheels are in beautiful shape. I mean, besides a few little curb marks on the edges, they are beautiful. All right, let's open the hood. We'll look under the hood, and then I think that's pretty much everything, other than a few more comments I want to say. Again, if you liked what I do, ring the bell, subscribe to my channel, leave your comments, give a thumbs up. There's the new hood shocks, both sides, brand new. They hold that hood up so firm you could probably drive backwards and it wouldn't go down. Fantastic. The battery was tested when the oil was just changed. Tested good and strong, so battery's good. Once again, fresh oil, new air filter, new cabin filter, new hood struts, brand new Michelin tires, alignment, brake fluid changed, brand new brakes and rotors front and rear. And what do you know? It's as clean under here as you would or should expect. Look at the bottom of the hood. Look how clean this is. All the labels. Hood pad is in great shape. And the chrome on the bottom side of this finish strip is still, look at the reflection of my hand. Still beautiful. Right here for a moment so you can listen to it at idle. Once again, the coldest air conditioning that I've felt since working with a car that has R12 air conditioning. I'm gonna rev it up here a little bit. I'm gonna turn on the I'll turn on the headlights and the fog lights so that you can see them on and see how nice and clean and clear they are. Watch how much effort it takes me to shut this hood. I mean, those hood struts are so strong that I have to really put some force on it. There's the headlights and fog lights turned on now. I mean, obviously it's daytime, but just so you can see, wonderful. Sun's out again. So we're gonna wrap up and conclude on this. I hope you guys aren't bored talking or listening to me, Man, when I only have one hand available, I tend to shut doors that way. Usually I use the door handle, but thank you all for watching. The conclusionary notes that I wanted to say is just to recap what an amazing car it is, but also to tell you guys, it doesn't take, you know, asking or surveying 1,000 people. you can ask almost anybody about what they think of a Toyota, and it's going to be positive. And I want to read you this that I read on the internet, and it was something that came up in just my looking around at details about this car and specs and features and things. And it was from, I don't remember the website, but I'm going to read it to you. And it said, owner satisfaction. The 2007 Toyota Avalon is generally considered a very reliable vehicle, with many owners reporting high levels of satisfaction and longevity, having reached high mileage without major issues. Now, think back, if you've been watching this whole video, to what I said about my YouTube commenter a year ago, commenting that he had 436,000 miles and now has 453,000 miles. I actually hope he watches this video and leaves a comment, because, I mean, he's living proof of that, right? Numerous consumer reviews highlight the Avalon's reliability and comfort, which of course I'm going to be talking about when we do our driving video. The Avalon's V6 engine is praised for its durability and smooth performance. I mean, I can't agree more. It's a great, proven engine with just incredible durability and reliability, and it does have great power. I mean, this car with 288 or 268 horsepower, whatever it was, it's getting close to 300. It's plenty for this car. It really is. Listen to this. Kelley Blue Book reports that 95% of owners recommend the 2007 Avalon. I mean, are you kidding me? 95%, if it was a Google rating, would be like 4.8. So think about it. I mean, 95%. I mean, this is per Kelley Blue Book, and they do their research. Their stuff's usually very accurate, owned by Cox Automotive, which I don't care much for Cox Automotive, but nonetheless, their stuff's usually very accurate. 95%, so you're telling me that out of 100 people, 95 of them love their Avalon and only 5 maybe don't like it because of something or other. It is known for smooth ride, comfortable interior, powerful V6 engine once again. I mean, this is back to my opinions. A $35,000 car for less than 10 grand, less than $10,000. Get off that car, fly. I mean, come on. It's a great deal. It's amazing. Why would you not? Once again, this goes back to my comment way early on about people, if everybody would just buy and be sensible. This is a sensible car to buy, and something that has the proven track record. Why not buy something that's proven and has a great track record with other owners to back up that claim? I mean, why? Because people generally don't make very good decisions, but this is a great decision right here. And you combine what everybody else says and the track record of other owners with the pedigree of this car, you know what you have? Perfection. A chef's kiss, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it's a great car to begin with, but then you add in that this has been a one owner, well-maintained, garage kept, elderly lady driven, service to the nines, and has all these new parts currently. This is a bargain. This is a bargain. I usually say it's a lot of car for the money. You know what? I'm going to mark this one a bargain, because it is. Because you could buy this and drive it another 250,000 miles and be like the guy on my comments on the YouTube on the other Avalon, and you are going to get your money's worth, no doubt. So thank you guys for watching and listening to me, and I hope you've appreciated and enjoyed this car as much as I do. And I will be making the driving video here soon, so please take a look for that on my channel as well if you want to go for a wonderful ride in this wonderful car with that wonderful, look at that wheelbase. Look how long, look at that wheelbase. Look at that rear door length. Fabulous, fantastic, fabulous, outstanding automobile. That's a bargain. Thanks for watching, you guys. Please leave your comments and suggestions and give a thumbs up. Peace. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.